here with my live reaction to One Piece manga chapter 1127. Now, at first you're probably like, Roger, you sound a little quiet. Well, that's because it's technically 6 a.m. right now in Japan. Obviously, normally I do these live streams at like 8 a.m., but I got my little lapel mic on, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Everything's working good. I can check the audio and make sure everything's looking good on my computer as well. But nice to see everybody. I know I haven't been able to really talk about what I've been doing here. You'll see soon enough. And I'm actually recording this live from Marufukuro, which is the hotel I've been staying at for the course of the past couple days, which is actually the hotel in the old Nintendo headquarters. So you can see up here, look, I got my little specialty Marufukuro pajamas over there. I've got my a little gimme goal that I got at the Pokemon Center in the Kyoto, the One Piece, obviously. And then I've also got the little hotel stamp and everything there too, which has been amazing. I still, like I said, can't say the reason why I'm in Japan, but again, you're gonna find out within the next couple days. It's not gonna be a secret for that much longer. The other thing that's not gonna be a secret for that much longer is my reaction to this One Piece chapter. So I actually have, this is the last week Shonen Jump. This is the Shonen Jump for the chapter where, you know, Nami wakes up inside of like the Lego castle. The new volumes, I checked yesterday at like 10 p.m. at the local Family Mart. They still weren't out on shelves yet. And actually my hotel has been amazing. They delivered this to my room, which is really cool. But then they're actually also going to be delivering me a little bit later today, the new Shonen Jump as well too. So I'm gonna be reading the actual official version in the actual, you know, real physical Shonen Jump a little bit later today. But again, a lot of stuff isn't open right now. Things aren't currently being sold anywhere, so I'm just gonna make a point to go grab one when I'm switching hotels. Now, with that being said, I've made you guys wait long enough because normally, I'll say one last thing before we get started. Normally, I do these live reactions at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is midnight here in Japan. But I've been so busy over the course of the past couple days that I really have not had a chance, and I didn't wanna like stream from my hotel room at like midnight because people were probably trying to go to sleep. I also don't even feel like streaming right now. It's like 6 a.m. so I'm trying to be quiet. Hopefully you guys can hear me though. Let me know. Check 1, 2, microphone sounds good. I'm actually seeing King Waffle and Daisy saying you sound great. Fantastic. So, all right, audio is good. Let's hop right into this. Let me open this up. Also, man, I'm seeing on the screen, I got like Rogerception going on over here. It looks really good. This is great. Okay, well, here we are, One Piece manga chapter 1127. I got it open right over here on Manga Plus. Adventure in the Land of Mystery is the name of this one. And you've got Inuarashi with Yamato saying, Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 15, The Kidnappings Weigh Heavily on Inuarashi, the daimyo of Kuri. Doom doom. Get a nice reveal there, which is kind of cool. Good little shot there of Yamato and Inuarashi as well. All right, well, let's hop right into this thing. This is great. Hey Roger, I'm new to the channel. Well, you're coming in at a good time. Literally, you're coming in one of the best possible times. I'm doing a One Piece live stream from Japan. Can't get much better than that. All right, let us continue. There's a fire. Put it out with spring water. What is that smell? And so you could see, looks like a bunch of giants. They appear to be in the Lego-looking area as they're walking through the forest. Is this from the forest? If it spreads to Yggdrasil, the world tree, then our country is finished. We should go report this to the sun god. Okay, I'm assuming they are not talking about Luffy just yet. Is there somebody like pretending to be a sun god or something? Is that what's happening here? Also, yeah, all the villages look like Legos. And these look like giants. Interesting. They're all dressed up in Elbaf clothes and everything too. Okay, clearly there's some funny business afoot. There's no reason the Stingmores would have fallen from the sky otherwise. And you've got these giant bees laying on the ground as well. One of them has a little welt on his face, okay. From what those in the forest say, that rumbling earlier was the sound of the ear god collapsing. Impossible. What could possibly cause the Titanic rabbit to fall? I am also just very curious what's going on here perspective-wise, because again, a lot of the buildings still kind of look like they're made of Lego, and obviously we know Nami and, you know, the squad, they're not giants. So are these other people that were kidnapped or something, and that now are like forced to live out dreams in like a Lego village? Big Stein Castle. Okay, this is cool. And you see you got like the Lego castle there with the Lego bushes and everything too. Very neat. It's still alive. But what is with these horrible giant bees? Good morning, Nami. Where are we? And she's like, I don't know. I thought we were riding on the giant ship. And you could see another charred out bee, one of the sting mores, like falling over on the ground there. And let's see this. Someone come and save me, please. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. I'll even settle for Usopp. Am I going crazy? I don't even remember changing. Where am I? Is this a dream? And so she obviously is still in her Elbaf outfit with the little, the little frou-frous on the side of it. Very cool with the boots. So you get a nice clear shot of the outfit for anyone who questioned what it looked like before. What castle is this? And you could still see the floors, have the low bricks on them and everything. Yo, Nami. Oh, that's Usopp's voice. So was Usopp the one who was calling out to her at the end of the last chapter then? You can see her tripping on the Lego blocks. You better be careful. At least they're not like little blocks that are on the ground. But she's tripping and falling over and landing. You get the giant thunk as she falls on over. What's going on with the ground? It's so bumpy. And then meanwhile, you got this cute little hedgehog thing. What the heck is that? It's huge. It's like a little baby hedgehog or porcupine or something. Obviously, it's a baby giant hedgehog or porcupine, but still in all, very, very cute. And she's looking shocked. Great art here, too. Great expressions of Nami's face as she's looking at this little porcupine thing. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. And she's running off. Meanwhile, the thing's looking all mad. Look how cute this is, though. That is absolutely adorable. As he's looking over at Nami. All right, Usopp, where are you? And you can see her running off on the Lego brick floor as the angry porcupine hedgehog baby thing is running off after her. And she's going, Usopp, where are you? I'm down here. Oh, and you got another giant monster. This one looks like the cat from The Cat Returns, basically. It's this big, is that just like a cat head or is that like a full giant cat? Save me, you're supposed to save me. What is that monster? And you got Nami with her eyeballs popping out. She needs Usopp's help. Usopp is dealing with his own problem right now. I'm in trouble over here too. But what is this? Some kind of castle of monsters? Extend Zeus. Very nice too. You see Zeus popping out of the climate act, saying, I can do that. As you get the little hedgehog going, screaming over at her, and reaching out with the stick saying, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna fall. What? Wait, what's going on over here? What is he doing to this poor little baby porcupine? What is this? Whatever just sap it. So you could see her electrocuting the poor little baby porcupine thing with a Zeus. Great shot there on the top with the little animal like exploding with the electricity coming off of it as the cat's sort of like looking up that's got Usopp in his mouth. And you got the little boings and caws and all kinds of screams coming from these animals inside this Lego palace. I still am wondering what's going on here though. I'm sure we're gonna get the explanation by the end of the chapter. But all right, so she's flipping out of the cat, electrifying it. Garchu, learning from what they did back in Zoe. Electrifying the animals as Usopp finally falls out of the cat's mouth onto the Lego brick ground. And you can see he's got like a cool looking kind of Elbaf helmet there. You can see the horns coming off of it. I didn't see it in the other panel when he's sticking out of the cat's mouth, but it's very visible there. And all right, so the cat's getting shocked. Let's see. I have a bad feeling about this, says Nami. And again, you see Usopp with the eyeballs popping out of his head right here. Me too. And they're looking down with the glare. So what have you figured out so far, Usopp? Same thing as you, right? I woke up and then suddenly I was here. I remember we were getting drunk on the giant ship and again, you see the two of them running, escaping from the cat they just electrified. And then, that's right, the alcohol we drank. Didn't he say that it would make us hallucinate? The spirit known as the Green Fairy. Oh, so they got so drunk that they're hallucinating this whole Lego castle thing? I don't think that's the case though. I can't imagine that they're just hallucinating. I mean, this looks real. This looks like they're inside of an actual Lego palace and there's other people here. And they literally gave a named location for the castle, Big Stein Castle. Well, something's going on. All right, so meanwhile, they're all screaming, it's a dead end. And we're so high up. And yeah, they walk out the balcony. You get that great shot of how far down this Lego palace goes. Now, you mentioned hallucinations, Nami. And maybe that means this cat is just a vision. And it isn't really there. But hallucinations can't hurt me. Let's go, Usopp. Meanwhile, Usopp proclaiming hallucinations can't hurt him, getting slammed in the face by the cat, blood flying everywhere. Okay. And at that point they realize, all right, this isn't hallucinations, there is actually something going on. They can obviously hurt you. I also like that Usopp's the one getting hit by it too, considering he's the one that's always playing tricks on people, right? He has like the giant hammer when he's fighting Perona, and he slams on down onto her, and it's actually not really a hammer, it's like an inflatable. So it's funny again that he's the one getting hit by this stuff. So you got, okay, cat scratching, slamming him right in the face, and you got Nami screaming, Usopp! Okay. Meow, meow. Got the cat climbing out of the palace too, climbing down the Lego tower. Usopp, Usopp! And they're screaming. See, this is one I had to catch myself because again, I'm in a hotel. I can't go, Usopp! Scream it really loud. But all right, great shot again. I'll save my thoughts for the end of the chapter on what exactly I feel like all of this looks like. But you get a really cool shot there of the cat, the giant cat with the little crown on his head, popping out of the Lego tower. And you see the little screams as Usopp and Nami are falling down. Usopp! And again, there goes Nami. Okay, now they're landing somewhere else though. Clearly another place with Lego bricks and skeletons all over the ground, so that's not good. So they're huffing and puffing. It looks like Usopp's knocked out. Nami's still awake. And now there is what appears to be a lion. So they've moved on from the Cat King, and now they're here with the lion. Why is it a lion now? We're done for. Usopp, get up. Open your eyes. We're about to die. And again, you get the lion growling at him. A lot of onomatopoeia in this chapter. You're getting a lot of meows and yas and wow and pow and bam. It's like nonstop sound effects crashing coming through the ground and doo-doom popping out as you see the lion, the little going across the screen there too as they see it. Come on now, don't use me as a shield. And now he's picking up Usopp again, holding him up there in front of the face of the lion. And meanwhile, you just hear, oh, Nami. I'm assuming that's got to be Sanji if you're seeing the heart in the ground. For the crime of making my beloved... Ooh, new outfits. For the crime of making my beloved cry, death. Ifrit, Jambe, Ipole. And you've got, it almost looks like a Vinsmoke outfit upon first glance that Sanji's wearing. He's got like these cool belts and then these gauntlets. And he's got his foot, looks like it's also like electrified with the fire, which is kind of cool. Meanwhile, here's Luffy, Gear 4 Gum Gum Elephant. That certainly does not look like Gear 4. So, unless that's like a new form or something, that does not look like Gear 4 at all. That just looks like he's in Gear 3. But maybe now he's able to utilize he's evolved as a character, right? So maybe he's able to utilize Gear 4 stuff without actually going into Gear 4 in terms of like Snake Man or, Tank Man or whatever. Now he's just straight up doing Gum Gum Elephants, looking like a normal dude, slamming down. I love that Luffy's got the classic Viking helmet there as well too, with the, it looks like a long flowing like animal robe going down his back. And then meanwhile, so this was a three-way tag team attack between Sanji, Luffy, and Zoro. And Zoro saying 3-sword style black rope dragon. You could see him reaching out. Not a super clear shot of what he looks like in that panel, but next panel with them doing this tag team attack against the lion, you get a really good shot of Zoro's outfit right in the foreground. He's got those cool pauldrons with the little fur on them and all the little, what are those, like the little rivets that go down the pauldrons. He's got the fluffy boots. Fluffy Viking boots. He's got that nice long robe there as well. Very, very cool. And again, you see Luffy doing the elephant right into the lion's face as the Ifrit Jambe from Sanji is slamming down onto the crown. You can see the crown breaking. You can see the lion spurting up blood. And then, of course, you got Zoro on the bottom with his three-sword style black rope dragon attack against this twister of a monster. And meanwhile, you got Nami screaming, and Usopp as well, both just screaming at the attack, finally being saved by their crewmates, by their nakama, of course. Got to say it right, we're in Japan. Very cool that we're getting this with the original squad. The East Blue team over here. I'm concerned about Chopper. Where is Chopper? And you can see again the lion falling to the ground and actually transforming into what appears to be just a little cat. So it actually wasn't a lion after all. It looks like it was just like a little cat that was transformed. Maybe the cat was hallucinating. Maybe the cat got into the absinthe or something too. But yeah, very cool. Okay. So I think they just took out probably the castle's pet, is my guess. I don't know what's going on here. And there were a lot of other like animals and stuff that were running around too, so who knows. All right, so there you go. The lion pops back into place and turns into a little old kitty cat. I'm gonna move the camera over here just slightly, by the way, because I see my blinds are going. I guess I could just close the blinds and it'll be fine. But sunrise is happening here in Kyoto, and I could just see the lights coming out the back. Oh yeah, that evened the lighting a little more. We're good, we're good, we're good. All right, so let's continue. So the lion turns into a cat. Really cool shot there of all the Straw Hats in their new outfits. You get good shot at Luffy, at Zoro, at Sanji, at Nami, and meanwhile, poor Usopp convulsing on the... This is a very Usopp-heavy Usopp gag chapter. You got Usopp convulsing there on the ground like... It's crazy. Cool shot of Zoro there too with the goggles. I love this. Yeah, have we ever seen Zoro with glasses for his actual main look in a story arc? I don't think we have. So this is kind of cool. All right, so the heck? It turned into a cat? Well, I'll pass on this one then. And so now they're sitting over the electrified cat that was just the lion they were fighting. And Luffy is saying the roast rabbit earlier was tasty enough already. And meanwhile, Sanji doesn't care about any of that. He's just running over to Nami saying, you had me worried. And she's going, I was so scared, Sanji. Poor Usopp is dead. Clearly, he's fine. He's laying there on the ground convulsing. He's not fine, I guess I shouldn't say, but he's going, alive, I'm alive. And I'm going to remember that you used me as a shield. Falling to the ground. And you get one last coming out of Usopp as he's still spurting up blood. This is poor dude. This is Elbaf. He's been waiting for Elbaf for so long. This is the one story arc that Usopp has wanted to experience more than anything else. And we are opening up the story arc with him getting absolutely obliterated by animals in a Lego palace. Again, not how I expected Elbaf was going to start, and yet here we are. But there's other huge creatures around here too. And if they taste good, then it's worth the trouble to whoop them. Finding the sea in our ship comes first though. We don't know how the rest of the crew is doing, and you're getting da-doom, da-doom, as you're getting the shot of all the new Elbaf outfits. I could already visualize how the anime is going to be doing this scene. I hear the music, the dun 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 dun, as it goes poof, onto one panel revealing the new outfit. And there's Sanji as well saying, speaking of food, what about that hive and all the bees that you knocked out? So that is why all the bees are falling from the tree then, okay. That's a respectable food source. You know that honey is actually very nutritious. and then meanwhile, Nami, the only one other than Usopp again, but he's dead apparently. He's lying there on the ground. Nami asking all of them, why are you all so comfortable here? And Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, right from the get-go, are having a great time. They're fighting with the giant animals. They're knocking out the beehives, getting the nutritious honey, making some good meals out of it. They're all dressed up like Vikings. And then meanwhile, you could still see in the background too, the giant tree as well. They mentioned Yggdrasil right at the very beginning of this chapter, didn't they? Where they said, if it spreads to Yggdrasil, the world tree, then our country is finished. This must be from the forest. We need to report it to the sun god. So there you go. And then meanwhile, again, the chapter ends with Nami just screaming and crying, saying, where are we? To be continued, One Piece manga chapter 1127, end. Very, very, very nice. I definitely want to refer to chat for a lot of stuff here, answer a bunch of questions, and maybe talk a little bit at the ending. But overall, I mean, this is not at all what I expected to be like the opening of Elbaf, but I'm digging it. The only thing about any of this that I kind of have a concern about not a concern necessarily. It's more of confusion. It's not, concern is the wrong word. You got to remember, I'm running on very little sleep. I'm jet lagged. It's like 6 a.m. here in Kyoto. So excuse me, I'm doing this earlier than I'd even normally be doing it by like 2 hours in LA. What I was going to say is, I wonder if the Lego castle is actually like in Elbaf, and if we're maybe not being tricked by perspective here. The only reason why I feel like we're not being tricked by perspective is because I do think with the giant bees that are lying on the ground in the very beginning, you see the giants talking about it. And obviously the very next panel at the very beginning of the chapter jumps to Nami looking at the giant bees as well. And she's sitting on the ground, but the bee in that panel doesn't look nearly as big as the bee that's in the first panel where the giants are looking down at them. But again, it might just be like a size perspective thing and my eyes are playing tricks on me. Because I was almost wondering if maybe, it feels to me like they're in a toy castle, is what this whole thing feels like. And with all these giant animals, like again, to the giants, these giant animals would look like normal sized. But to Luffy and Sanji and Zoro and Nami and everybody else, obviously these animals are huge. But then at the same time, you've had the giants referring to the animals of Elbaf as being massive. And again, as I'm seeing people point out in the chat, the castle is definitely too small for a giant to live in. Like even some of the footprints and things that you're seeing on the ground, or like the Lego blocks, and you can see the staircases going up and everything. It just doesn't, perspective-wise, it doesn't look like it would be an actual castle for giants. It looks like it is a toy castle that a giant created that they are now just getting caught in. But then again, I guess if it is just a toy, then those animals, they might just be like in a room within a palace within Elbaf. And it more like you guys said, maybe it's just like the cat's house. Maybe it's like a Lego palace in a toy room of Loki or something, and then the cats are getting into it, and that's why they're messing with everything. But also that if that's the case, why are the cats turning into lions? Like, what's happening? Why are you getting cats turning into lions? And why are there bees in the middle of like a toy room? That aspect of it doesn't make sense unless Loki's a beekeeper or something, you know. But that's clearly like a pet porcupine that Nami was using earlier when you see the little tendrils come out of it and she shocks it, or hedgehog or whatever. But it's very cute. Yeah, it's almost like this is a playroom that they're in right now. And I think the only question that I have about it is, again, that very first scene that we see in this chapter where you see the giants talking about the fire. But again, it appears to be that the giants are in a Lego village as well, because you could see all the bricks and everything laid out in that little village. We should go report this to the sun god. There's funny business afoot. Unless maybe they're like toys or something, like they're toy giants. I'm not really sure. And that's just like a little model of Yggdrasil that's inside of the Lego set. I do think it's interesting the way they're shooting this too, because on the page, it's I guess page 2 of the chapter, when you see that shot of where it says Big Stein Castle, you basically get the castle shown, but realistically they're not showing the base of the castle. Even in that shot a little bit later in the chapter where you see Usopp and Nami running off of like the Lego balcony saying it's a dead end and we're so high up as they're off and running, you're still not fully seeing the base of the castle. You're seeing what appears to be like another balcony and then like another bit of the castle built up. So maybe it's, like I said, it's like a giant toy set and then the pet cat of Loki got into it. And then that's going to get them in trouble with Loki or something, or get them in trouble with other royalty that's here in Elbaf. But man, this is very cool. I am actually really loving this though. In general, I feel like Elbaf feels refreshing to me. Obviously, Egghead was refreshing too. I'm saying that as if we're still coming off of Wano Country. That's obviously not the case. I'm digging this. I like the look of their new outfits. I like everything that we've seen so far with the animals and like the design of how everything looks. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I feel like in terms of things to discuss within the chapter, it doesn't really seem like there's all that much to speculate on beyond what I've sort of already talked about in terms of like where exactly are they. But again, I feel like that's the kind of thing we're going to get the answer to. I mean, in the very, very near future. I think we're going to find out this is like a toy set or something. But yeah, I'm digging it. My only question again is like, if this is a toy room and that is Loki's pet cat or something, or multiple pet cats, right? You got the big fat one, the little porcupine, the little other one that turned into a lion. My only question is, what are the bees doing there? I don't know what the deal is with the bees. Again, I know people keep bees, but you wouldn't keep bees where you're keeping hedgehogs and cats. I could assume like hedgehogs and cats can wander into it. I don't know, but bees? Bees? It doesn't make any sense. But I love it. I love it overall. I think this is a really fun little chapter, cool way to set everything up. I dig the designs of all the Straw Hats. I like the action. I like all the gags, all the stuff with Usopp just basically being the punching bag this time around, being used as a shield for Nami. You know, him during that little portion of the chapter where he said, you know, I think these are like some hallucinations and I can't be hurt by hallucinations. So like, what's the big deal? And he jumps right into it and then bam, you see him get smacked in the face by the giant cat. Yeah, that's great stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. Well, I'm really enjoying this. This is really, really cool. Cool. Elbaf is off to a good start. And again, like I said earlier, this isn't the one from this morning. I'm getting the one of this chapter for 11/27 a little bit later, but this is the one they had delivered to my room right when I got here. This is actually for the last week's chapter. This is for the first chapter of Elbaf. So really cool thing basically about being here in Japan during this time is I am here at the very beginning of a brand new story arc. Like when I was here last time, we were sort of in the beginnings of the Kuma flashback. That was last year when I did that live stream with Charlie when I was here for Pokemon Worlds in Yokohama last year. This time around, I am literally here and have the official jump for the first ever Elbaf chapter, which I think is pretty neat. And you guys can see here, I'll pull up one of the pages. Let me see. It is wild every time I'm here, like actually holding a physical jump. This was also such a great chapter too from last week too, right? 11/26. But there's like the giant spread of the Blackbeard pirates and everything. And we've got the shot, of course, of Nami at the very end. Very, very cool. So very neat piece of history to have. And like I said, I'm going to have the one for this week as well. I'm going to grab it as soon as, I end up heading over to my other hotel. I'm going to go pick it up down from the front desk. I still have to shoot a couple other things here while I'm here. I also just want to say to people, to everybody who's watching, because like I said, you guys are going to be very interested once you find out like the reason why I'm here in Japan and all the videos that I'm doing of all the stuff that I've done even so far is incredible. I cannot wait for you guys to see what I've recorded. I am so unbelievably excited. I did a full vlog that's literally already recorded. I just actually have to do the narration for it. But I filmed a full vlog of my 3-day stay here at Marufukuro, which again, if you're just coming into the stream a little bit late, this is actually the hotel that is built inside of the old original Nintendo headquarters. So when I was here in 2019, basically what ended up happening was the hotel was not a hotel. The hotel was still the headquarters, and the headquarters were closed down. So the building is actually owned by the original Yamauchi family, who were the presidents of Nintendo, and they owned the hotel and decided to convert it into what it is now. And it's basically an all expenses paid. You get your breakfast here, you get your dinner here. They have like a library filled with Nintendo books and like the archives of the family. You've got like Hanafuda cards everywhere. You've got like really cool keys that everybody gets. You get like a skeleton key when you walk into your room. Like I said, I'm doing a full vlog just from the hotel alone because of how cool this place is. And in terms of like the history of the hotel, I just think it's something that a lot of people are really, really going to be excited to find out about. Because a lot of the other videos that people have uploaded on YouTube from the hotel, a lot of them are like from travel vloggers. They're not necessarily from people who are familiar with Nintendo history. And so I think I'm gonna have kind of a unique perspective when I upload it in terms of like things that I'm noticing around the hotel that maybe other people didn't notice. And decoration wise, like obviously very, very nice. You can see the giant curtains and everything behind me. You got the big comfy chair that I'm sitting on, but there's like a couch over to this side. Got the massive bed. You got the little like office area. I've got like a full balcony. I mean, I've posted a couple images. If you haven't seen the photos that I've already posted on Twitter and like on YouTube and stuff like that, you guys are going to see more. And again, there's more stuff to come as well beyond my stay here at the hotel. To be fair, the majority of my trip kind of begins like today. The real reason why I'm here kind of starts today. This whole early like first 2-3 days that I've been here was just sort of like me wanting to experience the hotel and actually make a fun full week-long visit to Kyoto as opposed to just being here for a couple days. And I'm so glad that I did. I got to see a bunch of friends. Kit and Krista came over to the hotel yesterday. That was cool. I hung out with Sefazan. He was basically my tour guide. We went to the Imperial Palace. We went to see some really historical, cool stuff that I also can't talk about yesterday, but I will be able to talk about at some point. So this trip has been amazing. This trip has been amazing, and I am so unbelievably excited for you guys to see everything else that I have in store. I do think it was funny, though, that we had a lot of people who were guessing on the last video that I actually wasn't going to be in Japan. There were people guessing that I was going to be in Cape Town for season 2 filming stuff for One Piece. If I go to Cape Town, it's going to be later in the year. That's not even something that like I'm keeping hidden. That's something that I am planning on doing. At some point later this year, I actually will be probably going to Cape Town. It really just depends on what scheduling works out like. But, you know, I got approval from Netflix. I already have the approval because I was there for season 1. So I can go whenever I want to go. It's a matter of finding time to go. But I wanted to let people speculate. I figured, you know, if people just think I'm going for a Cape Town trip, that's one thing. But for a whole second trip going international to Japan and getting to do all these videos for you guys, it's going to be a lot of fun. So again, I'm super excited for you guys to see what I'm up to. Now, with that being said, let me show you guys the thumbnail for this week's chapter that James put together. So this is the thumbnail that, oh, this is cool. This is cool. I opened up on my drive on my computer. This is the thumbnail for 11/27. He made sure to take the opportunity. He said, if I am going to be drawing the Straw Hats and the new Elbaf outfits, I'm going to make it look nice. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. You're getting all the Straw Hats over there. Nami and Zoro with the goggles. He made sure to squeeze all of them in there. Even Usopp is hidden in the background. Dude, that is really, really cool. Dude, James does great work, as always, but in particular, it looks very, 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 very good this week. Absolutely gorgeous one. Great work, James. You can't really tell like on the camera, but he added like a cool, what appears to be like a print filter on the top of it. Once I actually changed the thumbnail for the stream and you guys can see the video and everything, he did a really great job with like the texture that he used on the faces of the characters and also on the outfits. Again, you can barely see it there, but yeah, very cool stuff. All right. With that being said, I want to read some of these donations. I want to read some of these super chats. I want to talk to you guys for a little bit because obviously, you know, this is going to be a shorter stream than our normal ones considering the fact that I'm out of town. But I feel like, and also on top of that, the chapter itself didn't really have like a lot of stuff to discuss that I already haven't discussed. I feel like the only thing really to discuss is that we're going on break again next week. My assumption is that we're going to have a break next week. I will be back in LA at that point. I am then going to Hawaii for a wedding. So I think I may be out of town when we do the next chapter. And then my assumption is there's probably going to be another break after that with a lot of holidays coming up. So I think break week next week, another chapter, and then I think we're probably going to get another break week. I could be wrong though. He might just go, you know what, I just need a 1 week break and then we're going to do like 3 of them. But I had assumed that we're going to be on break because technically today is a holiday in Japan. So a lot of stuff is actually closed. Monday here is a holiday. So even though I can get the jump from this week in stores, technically people aren't working. Well, some people aren't working today. There are a lot of people that are working. So again, there is a break for the next chapter. So there won't be a chapter on Sunday, this upcoming Sunday. But I think there will obviously be a chapter after that, which is going to be kind of cool. And James is saying, yeah, you might be in LA by the time I get back, which is kind of cool too. So if James is in LA for the next chapter, that'd be pretty cool because then we can maybe do like a live reaction or something to it together, which would be kind of neat. The app says no break. There is most definitely a break though. I'm telling you for a fact there is a break going into this chapter because it says so on Manga Plus. Viz sometimes doesn't update necessarily, but Manga Plus, this is like the official place to read in Japan. If you're reading it, you can't access, unless you got a VPN, you can't access Viz from Japan. So I'm reading it off Manga Plus and it says here, new chapter arrives on Monday, October 7th. So for sure, Monday, October 7th is going to be when the next chapter drops. So again, there is a break going into the next chapter, unfortunately. All right, with that being said, let me read. You guys are saying, why is Viz lying to us? They're not lying, they just haven't updated the website, I'm sure. Though it is weird, right? Because the chapter has been out for what, like 6 hours at this point? 6 or 7 hours? Normally they update the website by then. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, Sylvan said, my bad. I just checked Viz and they have updated. It says chapter next week. Wait, what? Well, that's regardless. Don't listen to Viz. Listen to me. I'm telling you, off the official Manga Plus website for Shueisha, there is a break next chapter. Okay, let me read some of these donations. First one came in. This is from Sylvan saying something strange. Luffy says Gear 4 but doesn't transform. Nami's missing a tattoo. And on top of all of that, where is Luffy's straw hat? Green fairy hallucinations? Loki fruit power maybe being related to illusion? I'm just making guesses for all of them, kind of like I did for when I read chapter 162, page 12. But also, where is Boruto? I'm probably not going to react to Boruto until I get to my new hotel. I'm probably not going to react to it while I'm here because there's still some stuff that I have to record while I'm here at this hotel. I still got a couple hours. I got to go grab breakfast. I got to, put my other stuff together, and then I have to go over to the other hotel. And I think when I go to the other hotel, I'll probably end up streaming Boruto a little bit later today. Again, that'll be like at a more normal hour too. Again, like the reason why I'm a little quieter is due to the fact that it's 6:30 a.m. here in Japan. And again, I'm in a small kind of like luxury hotel, so I don't want to be screaming in the middle of the morning. I see James in the chat saying it's funny that you're quieter than usual today. The nice thing is though, and chat, you can tell me how it worked out for you, but it seems pretty good on my end. I feel like the microphone has worked really, really nicely. This is the new lapel mic that I got before this trip because I have to record a bunch of stuff where I'm going to be going a little bit later on during this trip, and I wanted to make sure that I have a microphone that's not just like the microphone that's coming out of my what's it called? That's coming out of my phone. You guys are saying, yeah, the audio has been really, really good. Well, fantastic. Fantastic. Great. Yeah. Audio has been fine, my guy. Fantastic. Yeah. Really good. Really good. All right. But yeah, we will be doing Boruto at some point for members, but there's just like other stuff that's on the docket first. But no, rest assured. I mean, I do Boruto every month. I always think it's so funny whenever people ask. I saw that in the comment section of a short that I posted yesterday. I saw some people asking like, did you drop Boruto or you're not doing Boruto? It's like, bro, I do it all the time. I do. It's just the members only stream. I think the thing is that some people maybe tune into the Boruto streams when they're public and then don't go back and look at them afterwards and then are maybe confused when the videos for those are then posted like members only afterwards. And so maybe they just think that I haven't been doing them. But again, there's like a little shelf and a little playlist that I have on my main YouTube channel where you can go and check that thing out. So also, you guys said, yeah, it was a cool little callback to chapter 162. You guys keep mentioning this. I'm gonna jump into chapter 162 real quick and see what it is exactly you're referring to with the illusions and everything. All right, let me type this in, log in. Let me see. Uh-oh, hold on. Okay, it's logging me in now. 162. I got to go to my digital library for this one. Scrolling all the way down. Man, I've been scrolling this whole time and I'm only on like the 500s. Goes to show how many chapters we have for One Piece. All right, 162, here we go. This is in volume 18. Kingdom in the Adventure of Sand. Two Dancing Heroes, Django. Okay. You're making me tired, I'm out of sweat. The heat's getting to you. What exactly am I looking for in this one? With like I'm assuming you're just talking about like the illusions in the desert. The shade, you got the little birds over there. Supplies. I guess the giant animals there as well. You got the crocodile there. I mean, to be fair, the Twister Whip Sprawl thing is 1-to-1 where you get that three-way attack, the Gum Gum Dragon Epaulet. It literally does look just like the attack they did against the cat. So maybe it was just you guys wanted me to see the homage to the actual attack that was on 162. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go over to page 12 or 11 of 162, where you get that double page spread of Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji fighting the animal in the desert, it literally looks exactly the same as the fight against the cat lion that we saw earlier in this chapter, with Zoro in the foreground with both of the swords, Sanji hitting on the side and Luffy coming in from the side as well. So yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. I knew I had seen that action somewhere before, but it's nice to actually physically see exactly what they're talking about. Again, this is for chapter 162 back in Alabasta. I gotta give Alabasta another reread. sometime soon, I feel. I still have to do my Egghead arc video. Now that we're like solidly in Elbath, maybe that's what I'm gonna end up doing when I get back next week, because next week's gonna be crazy. Honestly, the next like 2 weeks are gonna be crazy for you guys in terms of content, because I'm gonna have all the videos up from the thing I'm going to later this week. Plus I'm gonna have the Boruto live reaction that's gonna be probably later tonight or tomorrow for you guys, because time change stuff. I'm gonna have the vlog from the museum. I'm gonna have an MEO video that's going up. I have my live streams right as soon as I get back on the 26th. I'm gonna be having my live streams of Echoes of Wisdom. So I'm doing a full playthrough of that. That's probably gonna be here on YouTube and then also on Twitch as well. So that's gonna be like a whole big thing. I got a whole giant Echoes of Wisdom playthrough. I've got a bunch of other little shorts and things that I filmed here. Plus, I have another vlog of something that I did here that's going to be coming out a little bit later as well within the next 2 weeks, and my arc review of Egghead. So if you're looking for content, there's content abound in the next couple weeks. Obviously, this week's been a little quiet because I've been traveling, but you know where it hasn't been quiet? It hasn't been quiet on my Instagram, on my TikTok, and on my Twitter, and on my Blue Sky. I have been uploading so much from this trip. Videos and photos and pictures and food that I've been eating and places that I've been going and things that I've been exploring. It's been so much fun. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you go and check out those videos, and you go and like follow me and subscribe on social media and stuff, because there is so much that I've already posted and there is so much more to come in the near future. And again, vlogs from the trip as well, that I know you guys are going to be interested in. So yeah, make sure to go follow me on all those platforms. Let us continue. I'm sorry we got in the middle of all that and we didn't end up talking about, what's it called? Let me see. The other donations. All right, so let's pull this up. Here we go. Boop, boop, boop. Flipdo, okay. Since 11/26, I've been convinced that this is Uta's dream world, and I still think so too. Too many dreamlike inconsistencies, and people are needed IRL to beat her. There you go. You think this is Uta's dream world? Why would Uta be in Elbath? Because of Shanks? You think this is Uta's dream world? Also, people are being, you guys are bad in the chat. I see people in the chat trying to get me to confirm things or deny things and saying, oh yeah, I heard him say this thing, or I heard this say this thing. You watch it, okay? I see you guys. You guys are like Loki. You're being little tricksters. You're trying to get things confirmed and saying, oh, that's so cool that you said this, trying to get me to say this. Crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. I'm seeing people over here, bro, switch to museum? Nah. All right? Nothing about any of that, all right? How about you just wait until you find out what I'm doing? You just wait patiently. Stop with all that. All right, here we go. Let's continue. What's the next one? This one comes from, it's a Korean name. I'm sorry that I can't read this out loud, saying, I can't believe in this chapter Roger eats the cream fruit and forced me to eat cream puffs. These hallucinations and illusions are crazy. Cream puffs, that's actually funny you said that, because I literally just had Japanese cream puffs from Family Mart yesterday as I was coming back to the hotel. So that's funny that you mentioned cream puffs, but no, I'm not force feeding you any cream puffs. All right. Thank you for the $20. Appreciate that. That was a cute, funny donation. Also, Alcatraz is saying, why is your stream quality looking so clean? Oh, well, it's because multiple things. One, I'm mobile, and I have the new light that I've got that makes the lighting look a little more even. And then two, I've also got the new microphone as well. So this is like my new mobile setup. The only thing I will say is that with the way that I have the camera stand right now, I'm not really able to do like vertical live streams, because the bottom portion of my microphone that feeds into the phone basically sticks out of the side. So if I flipped the phone, it'd be like stuck on the bottom and the phone wouldn't be held just right. So I have to readjust some stuff. Maybe I'll go to Yodobashi or something a little bit later and get like a ball bearing for the tripod so that I could turn them vertical. Because YouTube, I don't know if you guys saw the news. I know we're still reading super chats and talking about the chapter and stuff, but I don't know if you guys saw the news. YouTube has announced that now there's going to be like a hype chart for videos for people who are under 500K subscribers. And there's also going to be a thing called GIFs that comes to live streams that are only vertical. So apparently people are going to be able to give GIFs like on live streams but the streams can only be vertical to do it. And it's crazy because I know there's a lot of people who are like, horizontal's always better anyway. I always like the horizontal streams. But look, I got to go where the money is. And if realistically YouTube is like, hey, we're going to start promoting and giving extra money to people who do vertical live streams, sorry, blokes, the money's taking the priority and I'm doing these streams vertical from now on. That is what it is. So that's going to be how it's going to end up being. But again, none of that stuff has actually been implemented yet. I just do think that is kind of weird that that's their way of going about it, that they're making those gifts exclusive to people who do vertical live streams. It seems stupid. It's like I've been horizontal live streaming on the channel for, years at this point. So I think it's kind of dumb that they're like locking it in and sort of forcing those of us who are YouTubers who do this for a living to like have to go with vertical live streams to then make more revenue. It's weird. Obviously they're trying to copy TikTok and things like that, and they want to get more people onto their platform to do it, but still in all, yeah, they want to promote more mobile views and they want to get more people to watch vertically and on their phones, but still in all, people are watching on their phones on horizontal too. So, but it is really weird though, because again, the streams always perform better when we do them vertically, but the other weird thing about it is that everybody who watches the streams or watches the videos, I found hates the vertical. That they do like the horizontal. And the people who like the vertical are people who are like new subscribers or new followers. So it's like the old school viewers of YouTube and the people who've watched my streams for a long time hate the change that I do things vertical sometimes versus doing them horizontal. But then on the other side of things, it's like the people who are actually coming to the channel and like new people and new followers all like the vertical stuff. So it's weird having to find the balance between the two. But we're gonna make do. We're gonna find things out. I also agree with Clax in the chat saying it might be like a generational thing, that like older people like watching horizontally and younger people like watching vertically. I should dive into the analytics or something. Anyway, we're getting a little too off topic for One Piece. People aren't here for that. Let's get back into talking about these super chats. All right, so the next one comes from Gabe D. Champ, who says the chapter title's also thrown me off here. Are we really in Elbath? The other Straw Hats said that they didn't want to go to Elbath without the crew. Well, we are in Elbath. That's guaranteed we're in Elbath. But whether or not this is actually like Elbath proper is yet to be determined, because it's the land of mystery is what they're saying. So again, I think, as I said during my review, this is most likely a toy set of one of the giants in like Loki's palace or something in Elbath. Yeah. But I don't think it's a dream, considering the fact that Usopp's actually physically getting hurt. So, yeah. All right, let us continue this. Bada bing. Where's the next super chat? What's the next thing people were saying? Resident Justice is saying, where do you think Chopper currently is? I have to imagine there's a reason that we haven't seen him yet. Is he even on Elbath? Captured by Loki? Captured by Loki as a pet. I mean, I'm going to make a prediction. Thank you, by the way, to Paul, who just super chatted and said, hope you continue having a blast in Japan. I appreciate that, Paul, Nakama. I'm going to make a prediction for either next chapter or the chapter after next chapter. When we see Chopper, Chopper is going to be in his giant rumble ball form. He's going to be in Monster Point. But to the giants, Monster Point is going to look like a fluffy, cute little thing. And so we're going to end up seeing whoever is keeping him as a pet within Elbath, seeing Chopper in Monster Point trying to attack them, going crazy. And then meanwhile, they're like, oh, what a cute little guy. The giants are picking him up in Monster Point. And Chopper's like, I'm not a cute little guy. What are you talking about? I'm trying to get out of here. I could definitely see that being the gag with Chopper, is that, yeah, he goes Monster Point. They think he's cute and small in his Monster Point form. And then he's kept as a pet as well. Whoever said the pet thing earlier, yeah, I'm right there with you. I do think that's going to be it. But I do think that Oda is going to end up taking the opportunity to like play with a gag with Monster Point, which is going to be fun. Also, Anaconda said, it's my first time chatting here. By the way, I'm Japanese. What are you doing as the sun is just now coming up? I'm doing my live reaction to the new One Piece chapter, obviously. I'm reacting to One Piece 1127, which technically came out officially digitally 6 hours ago here. It came out at midnight, but there was no way I was going to do a live reaction stream on the off chance I was going to scream about something. I did not want to do a live reaction stream at midnight from the hotel. And to be fair, the area in which I'm recording, I'm far enough away and I've been quiet enough throughout the stream that I don't think I'm disturbing anyone, which is good. I'm making a point to try to be respectful and try to be quiet. Whereas in the other hotel that I'm staying at, it's more like a Western kind of hotel. So I'm going to be in like a normal standard room. So I could scream and do the whole Boruto stream whenever I end up getting over there. So look forward to that. All right, let us continue. This one comes from Bryant Brawler saying, I was absolutely convinced that you were going to Japan. It just simply made too much sense. Of course. Of course. King Waffle said, do you know a decent amount of Japanese? And if so, where did you learn? Hi. I mean, I took Japanese when I was in college, so I know a little bit of Japanese. I know enough to get around, but the thing about where I've been staying in Kyoto is pretty much everyone speaks English. Everyone at the hotel speaks English. All the staff has spoken English. All the people I've been seeing while I was here all speak English as well. So I've been using a little bit of Japanese, but it's mostly been like ordering things at Family Mart. That's kind of it. Ichi, famichiki, onegaishimasu. Like that's it. Like that's it. You don't really need to say much else other than that. Or like asking where something is, you just put desu ka at the end of something, and people kind of get the drift of what it is. Or like if you're introducing yourself, you go hajimemashite, Diruichi desu, dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu, and that's enough. You know, you don't really need much more than that to get around. At least not here. The area I'm in is a little touristy. So there you go. Roberto donated and said, Roger, you sound like a guy in a commercial trying to sell me an expensive suit. I'm assuming it's because of my microphone and because I'm quieter. Well, I hope you buy that suit. You can get your custom Marufukuro pajamas next time you come stay here at the hotels. Clax donated and said, do you think it's possible that Elbaf is actually the largest landmass in all of One Piece? It makes sense thematically since after the sea level reveal last arc. Yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead and say, yeah. I mean, that prediction sounds right on point, that Elbaf would be physically the biggest geographic landmass in the world of One Piece. If you've got literal giants living there, and the point where you've got giant Lego castles for the actual, Straw Hat crew members running around, and those are just like toys for the giants that are there in Elbaf. Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be. Yeah. Oh, I'm seeing someone actually commenting in Japanese. Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Again, I'm watching this from Japan. I'm in Japan right now reading the chapter. Hello, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Cool to see all my Japanese viewers in here. Again, this is fun too, because you guys are basically watching it. If you're watching from Japan, you're watching this in the morning, 2 hours earlier than I would normally stream at my time in North America. And normally, if you guys want to tune into the streams, you have to tune in at midnight, Japan time. So yeah, welcome to the stream in Ohio. Tomorrow, are you going to get the latest Shonen Jump? I'm actually getting it delivered to my room this morning. So it will be arriving in like 2 hours. I'm going to be recording some other things. I'm going to go out and get some breakfast and then head around. Like there's a cool library that's here in the hotel that I want to film some stuff for. That's almost like a miniature little museum. It's really cool. It's got like archives of all the family stuff and everything. So I'm going to go record that stuff. And then after I record that stuff in the hotel, I'll probably come back, pack everything up. My new Shonen Jump will be waiting for me, and then I'll be off. And then if it's not here by then, like I said earlier in the stream, I'll go grab it over at Family Mart. But again, I've got the latest Jump before the Jump that had this chapter. This was actually picked up for me by the hotel, so appreciate it. Thank you again. Let me see, we got some more donations. This one comes from King Waffle. King Waffle said, maybe the Bifrost took the crew to another realm. Marvel depicts it as a teleporting beam of light as well as a physical bridge. That would maybe explain how they were taken without anyone noticing. I could see that, yeah, like they just basically got teleported from the ship. Sure, yeah, I mean, nothing goes against that theory, so why not? Oh, I will say, while we're talking about theories, I had dinner, not last night, but the night before, with my buddy Sefezan, who does a lot of cool stuff in the video game industry over here. He's a big One Piece fan, and he's completely caught up to the manga. I actually have 2 anecdotes I have to tell you guys. I have a lot of fun stories about One Piece while I've been here in Japan. But I had dinner with Sefezan 2 nights ago, and he was like, so Roger, what do you think is the end of One Piece? What do you think is the end? And I was like, well, I have a pretty solid idea of what the One Piece is, what we're gonna see, final fights, everything. And I went through and had like a whole 2-hour conversation with him about the stuff that I laid out in that video back in March, where I was like the charting the course to the end of One Piece thing, where I gave my predictions for like all the upcoming arcs and all the fights and everything like that. Sufeijan is not somebody who's normally in the world of One Piece. He's not like us. We're like, he's watching theory videos and stuff every week and talking about it and like has heard every theory in the book. So when I was laying out stuff like the Sanji Crocodile fight or like Sabo Akainu or like the fight, the race to Laugh Tale with the Yonko and like the Luffy and Buggy Looney Tunes fight and like how Zoro and Mihawk is going to be paralleled with Sanji and Croc and like all these other reveals, I could just tell as I was talking to him, his mind was being blown by this. It's like, and it was all stuff that we've talked about on streams multiple times at this point, but it's just funny to get the perspective of somebody who's not normally like in the One Piece community, like watching videos regularly within the One Piece community, like hearing theories that we've heard multiple times and just being absolutely blown away by them. So I thought that was fun. The second thing that I thought was really cool, this is when I was going to, one of the mornings that I got here, I basically dropped off my bags, but I couldn't stay at the hotel until my actual official check-in time at 3. So what happened was I went over to McDonald's. I wanted to go get like Japanese McDonald's because they have a thing here in Japan at McDonald's that is shrimp nuggets. So you know you have like chicken nuggets at any McDonald's anywhere in the world? In Japan, they have shrimp nuggets. When I tell you these are like one of the best fast food items that you can get at any place, anywhere, they are so good. Anyway, so I went into the Japanese McDonald's and I grabbed my little shrimp nuggets. And then as I went in to grab my little shrimp nuggets, there was a group of 3 Japanese dudes that were all wearing One Piece outfits who stopped me as I was ordering. Because basically we have like, the way McDonald's is here, at least in most of the major cities, it's like 3-tiered. You know how normally like McDonald's in America, you just go to McDonald's, there's a drive-through and then you sit in like the dining room area. It's like one room. That is not how it is here. A lot of the time the McDonald's here are like in buildings. So you order on one floor and then there's like a dining room on the 2nd floor and then another one on the 3rd floor down. So anyway, I was at the McDonald's that was over by Kyoto Station next to Yodobashi Camera, and I'm ordering on the little kiosk. And again, these 3 dudes in One Piece outfits come up to me as I'm ordering and they're like, RogersBase, RogersBase. And these weren't foreigners. These were clearly like locals. And they were like, we love your videos. When I tell you I was blown away by this, just randomly being in McDonald's here in Kyoto before I even checked into my hotel and people saying we love your videos, like it's so cool to see you. I was a specialty alarm to let me know that I got to wake up by this point. See, I woke up earlier than I even was planning to for this chapter. But anyway, that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is that these 3 dudes were talking to me in English and they were telling me that they were super grateful that I read the official release. And I was like, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. And he's like, because a lot of other people who read the chapters or do videos online, you know, they'll end up putting up spoilers in their thumbnails or whatever before the chapters come out or whatever. But for me, because obviously I do it alongside the official and I do it like right when it comes out in Japan, they're like, it's so fun to wake up and watch your streams. Uh-oh, people are saying the audio is desynced. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Testing 1, 2, 3. The alarm might have messed up the audio. Hold on, give me a second. Audio got a bit fuzzy. Wait a minute. Give me a sec. Hold on. Wait. 1, 2. Are we good? Is the audio a little bit better? We're back? Good now. Cool. All right. I reset the little thing that sticks into my camera and we're good to go. You did and it's back. It's fixed now. Fixed. Fantastic. Fantastic. So anyway, these guys were like, really, we can't thank you enough for like reading the official and not reading spoilers. Like it really means a lot to us. And like, as someone who's Japanese, we're like super happy that you're respecting the material and that we really do appreciate that you're like respecting Oda's wishes and you're reading the official release, which I thought was a really nice thing to hear, not only from like fans, but to hear from fans in the other side of the world. It's just cool, man. It's genuinely cool. So shout out to that group that I saw at the McDonald's. You know who you are. And if you are one of those 3 dudes, go comment on the video afterwards. I'll go make sure to leave a heart on your comment and everything. They were very, very nice. So yeah, just some fun little anecdotes. Just like I said, getting recognized in a different country is a very wild experience. I don't know, it will never not be like the coolest thing on the planet to have people come up to me like in a restaurant or on the street or something while I'm in a completely different city, in a completely different country. I'm global and people are like, hey, I love your videos. Even some of the people that I met yesterday, to be fair, I'm at a Nintendo hotel. So of course people are gonna, no Nintendo videos and things like that here. But even yesterday, there were some people who were checking into the hotel that said they knew my reaction videos, which I thought was really cool. So also Code 1 is saying that was me. No, it's not. You're lying. I know it wasn't you, Code 1. I know it wasn't you. You're not sure. All you guys are being so tricky today on stream. Some of you guys are trying to get me to confirm things. Some of you guys are trying to get me to say what videos I'm doing. Some of you are lying, saying you're other people that I met while I was in Japan. No. How about you stop lying? How about you just be normal? Oh no, you guys are saying the audio is desyncing again. Well, thankfully the audio was normal in the beginning of the stream. So, if it just desynced a little bit in like these last 5 minutes when I'm checking out and talking to you guys, then I think we should be good to go. That might be my sign to wrap up because I've already read through all the donations and right now I'm just like sharing anecdotes. But all these anecdotes you guys are going to find out later on in other videos that are coming up in the very near future, which I'm not going to confirm what those videos are, nor why I'm here. No matter how many times people are trying to get me to confirm it in the chat, it ain't going to happen. You're just going to have to wait and see. You don't have to wait that long either. I feel like you're going to find out relatively soon why I'm here. So just sit back, relax. I'm trying to think in terms of like One Piece related stuff, anything else that I've done while I was here, other than those guys that came up to me in McDonald's and like obviously getting the physical jumps. I'm trying to think if I've done anything else One Piece related so far here. And then the conversation with Sefazan, not really. I feel like the majority of stuff that I've done here so far has been Nintendo related stuff. So like the first day that I came, after I checked in my bags at the hotel, after I had my McDonald's, I went over to Yodobashi Camera. I went to Nintendo Kyoto. I went to the Pokemon Center Kyoto. I got my little matcha Pikachu from the Kyoto store because it's like an exclusive piece of merchandise. I got my little Hanafuda cards from Sefazan from the hotel. And yeah, the rest of my time has mostly been like doing historical stuff. So I went to like the Golden Temple. One of the days that I was here, I went to the old, excuse me, man, I got the hiccups. I went to the old, there we go. I went to the old Kyoto Imperial Palace, which is really nice. And so I filmed some stuff over there. And just the weather, other than yesterday morning, it was a little bit rainy and overcast. The weather's otherwise been really nice. It was really hot the first day that I was here. First day that I was here, it was super humid and hot, but pretty much every other day, it's been great. I feel like that was kind of the last big day of the heat because everything moving forward has been, it's been nice. It's been overcast a little bit. There've been breezes. And again, the people have been so nice. And yeah, I love Japan. People who watch me know that I love Japan. The universe is telling you to end the stream soon because now you're getting audio desyncs and then more hiccups. Look, well, that's perfect then. I am going to end the stream. We'll leave it there. There's going to be a lot of other stuff. And yes, Bryant Brawler saying you're a matcha lover. Yes, I had a matcha popsicle actually at the Golden Temple yesterday, and I picked up a bunch of like matcha goodies too for friends and family from one of the local places that's here in Kyoto that I will probably eat half of on the plane ride back. But again, you guys are going to be seeing more of me while I'm here in Japan. Like I'm going to do that Boruto stream. I'm probably going to do, some more videos and stuff, depending on when I'm able to upload certain things. But then you're going to end up seeing like a bunch more videos from this trip the week after I leave. So yeah, look forward to all of that. Thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate it. Also, Gamer Switch Dog is saying, when you say Golden Temple, do you mean Kinkakuji? I went there before I was young. Yes, I was literally there. If you go look on my Twitter and my Instagram and my TikTok and stuff, I've been posting all these videos and photos and things from the event. So make sure to go check that stuff out. There's lots of cool stuff coming from me. Thank you once again, everybody, for tuning into the live stream. See, it's weird. I set my alarm where I was going to do this live stream at 8 a.m. Japan time. It's now 7. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to enjoy my last breakfast here at Marufukuro. I'm going to grab my stuff from my little breakfast mini bar. I'm going to go make my little tea. I'm going to make my little coffee. I'm going to go sit on my balcony, get a beautiful view of Kyoto, and just enjoy my final morning here at the hotel before I go film in like the little library at the hotel and head over to my new hotel for the other reason why I'm here in Kyoto. So thank you once again, everybody. Appreciate you all being here. This has been a lot of fun. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye everybody. Let's see if this ends the stream. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? I think so. Is the audio desynced? Are we good? Oh, shout out once again, by the way. I want to say shout out once again to James for the beautiful thumbnail this week too. Great job. All right, bye everybody. Nakama.